Welcome back. Now, the success and image of every society are determined by its citizens. So what happens when the citizens of a society, especially the future leaders, decide to destroy themselves and engage in unwholesome acts? Your guess, I'm sure, would be as good as mine. Well, let's listen to Annie Daniels.
More than ever, the social and traditional media have been awash with stories of youths who have chosen to go into internet fraud, popularly called Yahoo Yahoo.
So they want to make money the fast way. Our society has enthroned money and has enthroned the love of money. And the role models that they see are people flashing money all over the place.
Alex sees nothing wrong engaging in internet fraud.
I do that Yahoo you talked about.
Now
but
before?
I do it presently.
Why?
Just because there's nowhere to earn money from.
Who lured into going to Yahoo Yahoo into drugs? Was it your friends, your parents, or your teachers?
For the Yahoo of a thing, I do it because I want to earn more money. Because the work you do these days, I started out earning now 40,000, 50,000, and it is nothing.
My respondents blame this unhealthy trend on negligence of parents. Parents who know almost nothing about their roles in the molding of a child's life and future.
The father, the mother, it is when they fail, they now start talking about schools, including accusing university lecturers of not teaching their children something. Because at the point a child comes to the university, the boy or girl is already grown up.
I try to make friends with my sons or daughters' friends' children so that I will know where they are coming from. And it will help to keep the children.
They may be right, or what can you say about these young boys, even adolescents under the Oshodi Bridge? They sure have parents.
My parents don't have money to help me go to school. I now go for house.
My papa, my mama, they need to get together. Since small, for that small, I don't deal on that beach.
In these cases, we'll see a whole lot of these children. I mean, they are just turned to street children, and before you know it, they get involved in one crime or the other. So the society will be affected negatively.
For these respondents, religious bodies should take up the responsibility of bringing up children by engaging them in daily religious activities. There's a quick answer to that.
There are many societies where there are no churches, but the parents and the school have done a phenomenal job. An example is Singapore. Another example is Japan. Even these days, China is coming up. There are no churches as such, but people know right from wrong. There's a moral thread that runs in man.
So, some are just coming to the mosque for coming sake. They don't have belief of changing their character, starting from the parents or the adults. Let me say the adults. Now, the adults are not ready to change their behavior. Likewise, the children.
And when a parent is not doing anything or doing anything that is reasonable, he or she cannot be in a position to provide for the children. And when you don't provide for the children, you now will lack that moral authority to give the children the way to go.
The upbringing of the child, or the children, is the responsibility of everybody in the society.
With all fingers pointing at parents, would I be wrong to say that men and women should compulsorily be made to understand the true essence of fatherhood and motherhood before getting pregnant?
Parents need to closely guide children so they don't go astray. Very crucial. Now, a toddler has died from alleged corporal punishment meted out to him by a teacher in one of the unregistered private schools in Asaba Delta State. Onyinye Joshua Ifeanyi reports that the family, who earlier opted to settle the issue amicably, later raised alarm when the seemingly trivial case resulted in the death of their son, Obinna Ohanazeze.
They said we should hold on, let them give him drugs. They gave him injections. I put him on drip. After about 1 hour plus, they started shouting. The nurse said I should excuse them. She said they want to refer the baby to FMC, that they have coma, so the baby will be in the coma. Only for us to get to FMC, they tried their own because we stayed there almost 1 hour. They said the baby has given up. They said the baby died. That's how he died.
The devastated mother of the child, Gift Ohanazeze, cried uncontrollably while granting interview to NTA news crew as her husband held the dead baby, awaiting the death certificate of the child from Federal Medical Center Asaba before depositing at the morgue. Earlier, before the baby's death, he was said to have been allegedly flogged 31 strokes of the cane by the son of the proprietress, which led to his hospitalization in a private clinic for 3 days.
I think on Monday, the child came to school. They were running around in the school. The uncle just had to pick up the cane and spanked him a little on his leg that made him to run to the class. Maybe the parents seeing the mark on his leg came up the next day to lay claims that they flogged him so severely.
Child bullying, children bullying at school. I think it's becoming more rampant in our country, and the government seriously need to sit up and do something about it.
A visit to the school located in an unplanned area of the city, Asaba, shows a low-standard school setting. The police public relations officer, Delta Police Command, Edafe Bright, says the commissioner of police has ordered the case to be transferred to Criminal Investigation Department.
Whether he was beaten that much or not, the fact is that he was beaten and then died. So what we're investigating now is a clear case of murder or manslaughter. You get, so the issue of whether he was beaten now is not even the question, because yes, he was beaten and died as a result of the beating. We cannot tell for now until the result of the autopsy comes out.
The State Commissioner for Education is here to react on the incident.
For a toddler, serious caution is extremely necessary when opting for corporal punishment. Is it even necessary? Now, medical experts are worried about the increase in cases of chronic kidney diseases in the country. One of the pointers is the consumption of herbal mixtures, which experts say have active ingredients which cannot be ascertained. Hingino John Adams x-rays the issue.
Nigeria is blessed with rich biodiversity, which includes montane vegetation, rainforest, Guinea, Sudan, and Sahel savannas, among others. Each vegetation zone has unique plants, an important factor that makes the country home of diverse herbs. What she is called announces what she does. Alaja Sikirat Adelekon, popularly known as Mama Alagbo, which means woman who sells herbal concoctions, is a traditional medicine practitioner. Processing plant species into herbal remedies, referred to Agbo in Yoruba, is a tradition she learned from her parents. From the age of 3, Alaja Sikirat has been mixing herbs for various ailments.
We have herbs for cough, ulcer, headache, and other ailments. We also have dosage.
Here in Lagos, it is common to see hawkers of herbal mixtures. A lot of people patronize them. For some who prefer this traditional brew, the use of conventional medicine is often a no-no.
Without pleasure, I don't take it.
If I did about 2 days, my body don't okay. But if I drink medicine for 5 days, 3 days, I'm not okay. It's working for malaria, JD, waist pain, headache.
Did you hear that? One mixture cures many ailments. I'm just wondering how healthy and safe this is.
For commercial purpose, one can make any claim. But those that have genuine claim go and subject such materials to proper testing. And NAFDAC will see truly it will not harm the body and regulate it. But the one that are not regulated, certainly, is individual narratives, and that cannot be the best.
If these extracts are not used accordingly to how it's supposed to be used in the body, they come with a lot of complications. These complications can range from mild to moderate to severe forms. Could lead to acute kidney failures, chronic kidney failures, liver problems that could range up onto gastric cancer and other forms of cancer that becomes from long-time use of this herbal medication.
If our scientists could come in, help them to research on all these herbal mixtures and see the potency, they will help them to create something more meaningful.
Herbal remedies have been in existence for decades in different parts of the world, particularly Africa and Asia. The usage will most likely continue. Experts are suggesting that collaboration between medical researchers and traditional medicine practitioners needs to be strengthened. This move, they insist, will go a long way in determining correct active agents in herbal mixtures, safe and appropriate dosage, including controlled and regulated use.
Collaboration between medical researchers and herbal practitioners would help a lot. Have you ever imagined how it feels sitting in a particular spot for a whole day without moving an inch? Well, the feeling might not be anything close to that of Obio Ehihia, an orphan from Amachi in Afikpo North local government area of Ebonyi State. He has been confined to a particular spot after he sustained spinal cord injury following an accident in 2015 with no one in particular to take care of him. Uchechukwu Idam is standing by to tell us the rest of the story.
Mr. Obiahia, a 37-year-old orphan from Eziogwu Amachi Afikpo North local government area of Ebonyi State, according to neighbors and members of the community, was not just doing well as a hardworking and energetic youth, but had plans of expanding his chains of businesses until that fateful day in 2015, when, like pack of cards, his life came crashing after he was hit by a motorcyclist while crossing the road.
Since that 2015, we took him to hospital. After then, the doctor referred us to Enugu because he said he has a memory problem and a spinal cord problem that we have to rush to Enugu. But we try all our possible best in order to go, but there was no money.
And since that time, day by day, the voice and the intonation, things was changing.
To worsen the situation for Mr. Ehia, who is not married and whose appearance looks unkempt for lack of care, the only surviving brother who took care of him and was making frantic efforts to see if help could come either from individuals or from the Ebonyi State government, died few years after, leaving Mr. Ehia to his fate.
The parents are dead. I learned that the mother and the father are dead. So he's just left with his stepbrothers to take care of him.
I'm waiting for other assistance to come the way of Mr. Obiahia to enable him get the required medical attention. Newsline gathered that a donation of a wheelchair could as well relieve him of some pains.
He certainly needs help, and urgently. Now, Nigeria's march towards universal health coverage gains momentum with the official flag-off of the enrollment of the National Youth Service Corps members into the National Health Insurance Scheme. Captured as a subset of the NHIS, the initiative is known as the NYSC Group Individual Family Social Health Insurance Program. Olayinka Ojo reports.
This is laced with dedication and selflessness under the sun and in the rain. But sometimes, service comes with personal sacrifices. The unfortunate death of 3 corps members deployed to NYSC orientation camps in Kano, Zamfara, and Bayelsa states, sometimes in 2016, sparked the conversation on how best to cater for the health and well-being of serving corps members. Though a presidential directive was subsequently issued for all corps members to enjoy healthcare services. Nuruddin Tairu is one of the beneficiaries of NYSC medical outreach as a serving corps member back in 2019. He lost one of his limbs earlier in life as a child, but lost the other arm in a car accident during his national service year.
Major General Shabi visited me and he promised that he will provide artificial limbs to me, both left and right, and it was already provided.
Nuruddin is a testament to NYSC's commitment to medical wellness and well-being.
It is also a clear testimony to government's sincere and noble desire to improve the lives of our youth.
So I think by doing this, 80% of what we're feeling has been taken care of from the federal government.
6 health maintenance organizations have been carefully selected in the 6 geopolitical zones to drive the process.
To ensure seamless arrangement devoid of encumbrances, corps members are expected to register under healthcare practitioners in their localities.
Work according to the principle of the operations of the National Health Insurance Scheme so that no corps member will be unattended to.
An intriguing aspect of the new initiative is that it allows expectant mothers and nursing mothers still in service to enjoy free healthcare services for 12 weeks.
Superb initiative, a good one. Time to take a break. Newsline continues shortly. Welcome back. For 13 years since 2004, popular game show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was viewers' delight as it brought Nigerians both fun and education while empowering many. About 4 years away from the screen, the show is set for a return with bigger stake and richer content. Adendi Itaiwo was at an event in Lagos where sponsors and hosts of the show were unveiled.
From October 8, 2004 to September 2017, that signature tune ruled the airwaves and became popular among Nigerians who have come to associate it with a perfect blend of education, entertainment, and empowerment.
Right now you have 250,000 naira
and 750,000 naira. After about 4 years of being away, the game show is back, this time bigger and better. With a 20 million naira purse to compete for, the second series of the game show, tagged The Rebirth, will in the next 52 weeks again recapture the imagination of Nigerians, testing their emotions and rewarding their intellect. The series is courtesy Black Hot Limited, the production house with the franchise for the game show.
We're promising the best. We're promising that when it hits the air, it's a set and stage like you've never seen before. It's what can be easily aired anywhere else in the world.
As a prelude to the return of the show, which has a commencement date set for sometimes in March, a reveal the sponsors and host event was held in Lagos. And yes, you guessed right, the face of the show, Frank Edoho, is back as the host.
Yeah, it's going to be a wonderful thing. I presented for 13 years, we stopped, now I'm now here again. It's not going to be the same Frank. Of course, it's going to be a better Frank because I have more experience and I have a better understanding of the world.
Unified Payment Services Limited, Nigeria's premier payment and financial technology company, is the lead sponsor, while Pay Attitude Global and Whole Payment Service Bank Limited were also unveiled as co-sponsors.
People need to be empowered. So all these are goals that we hope to help Nigerians to achieve by putting our money behind Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
It's a show that is, one, highly interactive, two, very educative. And it resonates very well with one of the things that we stand for. That is why we decided to co-sponsor Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
This is a series that will run for 52 weeks.
every week with a repeat on Monday. So it's an exciting time, and it means that Nigerians have opportunity to win more money.
Guests at the event participated and got a glimpse of what the new series will look like. And Jennifer, did I tell you I stepped on the stage and won something too?
Taiwo, you need to share whatever you want. You remember you called me? Yes. And I think I'll also call a friend. Okay, integrity, sincerity of purpose, prudence, and love for the good of others are some of the attributes that distinguish one leader from another. These points were highlighted as people of Hadejia Local Government Council in Jigawa State paid tributes to their governor, Mohammed Baderu Abubakar, for fulfilling the campaign promises he made to them before his election in 2015. Mohammed Askira has details.
Visit to Hadejia was like homecoming for Governor Muhammadu Badru Abubakar. The cheers, the respect and prayers filled the air as he stepped into the venue of the celebration. The Emir of Hadejia, who is also the chairman Jigawa State Council of Chiefs, Adamu Abubakar Maji, other prominent and influential personalities from the area, including the Director General of Information Technology Development Agency, NIDA, Kashifu Inwa Abdullahi, welcomed the youth-centric governor. The essence of the celebration, according to the people of Hadejia, was to thank the governor for proving his worth as he fulfilled 98% of his campaign promises made to the people of Hadejia in the build-up to the 2015 general elections.
It is exactly 94.28% that we have done. And we have about 1 year left, and we will try as much as possible to do the remaining 2 projects to complete the 35 projects that we have agreement with them.
The promises, they say, cut across sectors including health, education, road infrastructure and agriculture, which have improved the lot of people in the northeastern senatorial districts of the state. His people-oriented policies, inclusiveness in governance and provision of positive developments in line with the yearnings and aspirations of the citizens, they noted, stands him out amongst his equals.
We gave about 35 different issues on which we have deficiencies as far as developmental projects are concerned. And he agreed that by the grace of God, when we support him during the election year and he becomes the governor of Jigawa State, he will fulfill all the promises that we made with him. Excellently well, when he becomes the governor, one by one, by now, out of the 35 issues we discussed with him, he has already completed 33 of them, which is about 94% or even more. So it remains only 3 now, which he, during the function today, he promised to implement the remaining 2 also.
For us, Governor Badaro has done everything we want in our area. President Muhammadu Buhari has done everything, has met people, more people, especially youth. They are millionaires now because of agriculture.
Keep up the good work. Now, proceeding from secondary school to higher institution can be extremely difficult for indigent students, especially when there's no money for payment of WAEC fees. For parents and students of Yagba Federal Constituency, this won't be a problem to worry about this year, following the intervention of National Assembly member representing the constituency, Leke Abejide, who has once again come to the rescue of the people. Correspondent Jonathan Omajale captured this year's edition of the fees disbursement at Mokpa, Odoere, and Isonlu in Ikogi State.
Honorable Leke Abejide embarked on the payment of WAEC fees for all public and private schools in Yagba Federal Constituency. It seemed like a project too huge to sustain, but driven by his love for his people, the House of Reps member has kept the fire burning, with this year's edition, the fourth in a row, coming as another lifeline for students and parents in the constituency.
My 3 children benefited from Edaleke Abejide Educational Foundation. He paid for my 3 children's WAEC fees. The first one is now in nursing school. The second one is Federal University Law College. The third one is writing his WAEC now that he...
We have been having a lot of challenges with regards to education of our children. But since when Leke Abejide came on board, it has been a problem made easy for the parents.
This one being the fourth one, what we realize that about 80% of them made their WAEC.
An estimated sum of 76 million naira was plunged into this year's project, sending waves of joy to 72 secondary schools.
Run a task to pay my school fees. It's not an easy thing.
During the preparation for WAEC fees, we were running head and scatter for money, looking for money to pay the WAEC fees before the deadline. But glory to God, God sent Edaleke Abejide to pay my WAEC fee. Here I am again with good results.
It's like 23,000 naira, and I'm not like a prodigal son.
Abejide, who is already nursing the idea of extending the program to the entire Kogi West Senatorial District, said his desire is to give the youths a platform for a better future.
Most of the children that I started with 4 years ago, they are now in final year in the universities. So I'm fulfilled because I'm building future leaders. By tomorrow now, among them you'll see people like me, people bigger than me. But if they have dropped out 4 years ago, they will not be where they are today.
Textbooks worth millions of naira were also distributed. He urged the students to make the most of the opportunities, while promising to do more for the constituency in the area of road construction.
We are going to do nothing less than 20 roads. That is my focus this year.
Abejide's charity was also extended to a physically challenged lady who will be getting prosthetic legs.
We buy that leg of 1.6 million for you, and we are going to buy it next week.
Laudable project. Keep it up. If St. Valentine's Day is all about love and giving, then this year's celebration came a day early for residents of Lagos West Senatorial District, who got love packages wrapped as empowerment items from their representative, Solomon Olamilekun Adeola. Adeni Itaiwo reports that the Senate President, Ahmed Lawan, who led few other senators to the 5th edition of the program in Lagos, handed some of the empowerment items to beneficiaries.
The ambience was that of jubilation. A representative is back home to his constituent in Lagos West Senatorial District, fully prepared to give account of his stewardship and also to pay back. Although his brief as a senator covers only lawmaking and oversight functions, a grateful Senator Solomon Adeola, who already has 3 out of his 14 sponsored bill passed into law, says even for a legislator, more has to be done to impact Nigerians. Empowerment items including 10 ambulances, 10 incubators, 8 police patrol vehicles, 48 minibuses, 50 tricycles, 185 deep freezers, and 150 welding machines with inverters were distributed to beneficiaries drawn from the 10 local government areas in Lagos West Senatorial District.
And I want to believe that it's going to make a meaningful impact in the life of my constituent. So I want to believe that they'll put it into proper use, that will continue to uplift them and also to strengthen them financially.
This gesture got more than a passing endorsement from the Senate President, Ahmed Lawan, who led other members to the event.
Constituency projects are meant to complement what our state governments are doing, what the federal government is doing, and what members of the National Assembly consider as gaps, so that at the end of the day, our people benefit.
Senator Olamilekun has intervened again, has intervened very strategically to complement all of the various things that we're doing as your government.
You can see 10 ambulances,
incubators, and a whole truckloads of medicines and consumables that we'll be using in our health infrastructure.
For these beneficiaries who are getting rewarded for their trust in representative democracy, the empowerment items could not have come at a better time than now, when love is in the air.
The idea behind this was to enhance the functionality of the community development practitioner in the east of the LCDA.
This one will actually enhance me and help me, and also help my customers too, to an extent. Where there's no light, I can always put on my generator.
It's not only about individual benefits, it's about hospital, where you have 3 trailer load of drugs, medical equipment, that will benefit everybody, irrespective of tribe, political affiliation.
The town hall meeting and empowerment program has, in the last 6 years, served as a platform for the chairman, Senate Committee on Finance, to report to his constituents, feel their pulse, and give back to them. The 5th edition is coming sequel to other empowerment activities, such as distribution of 30,000 mathematics and English language textbooks to primary and secondary school students in the senatorial zone, and skill acquisition programs for 1,000 graduates who are undergoing special computer training.
Very good. Let the show of love continue. Time for another break. We'll be back. Welcome back. Husni, son of Mohammed Kari, former Commissioner for Insurance and Chief Executive of the National Insurance Commission, quit bachelorhood following marriage to Halima Ibrahim Bello in Zaria City. Suleiman Rigachikun reports.
Parents, relations and well-wishers converged on Tukur area of Zaria to witness the wedding Fatiha conducted by Banaganzazo Malam Armaya Usleiman. 100,000 naira was paid as dowry in accordance with Islamic guidelines. Then prayers for a success union. A reception was organized to celebrate the newlyweds.
Essence of this togetherness is to ensure that everybody witnesses the solemnity between these two children who are now a couple. And the best advice given them is to work according to the ethics of Sharia, which has guided us into how to live with each other and how to behave and how to respect the rights of each other.
I advise they respect their union, they stay at peace. They should know where they came from, and they should be ambassadors of their families.
The advice I can say is that this is an act that entrenches the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and I pray that God will help them to entrench it properly, implement it through in their life.
I am overwhelmed. I'm speechless. I have nothing to say. It's just it's a memorable day, and we pray for Allah to put His blessings in this marriage.
Director General Nigerian Television Authority Yakubu Ibn Muhammad was represented by Officer in Charge NTA Zaria.
I wish them happy marriage life, and my advice to them is they should be sincere to themselves, let them be transparent to themselves, and they should not allow third party to get into their affairs.
Congratulations to the couple. Now, still on love stories, marriage is said to be a union ordained by God. It endures and thrives amongst individuals and peoples of diverse socio-cultural groups, despite circumstances of life. One of such enduring unions is what you're about to watch, a love story of a bedridden man and his heartthrob. Avian Solomon captured the sights and sounds of this unique wedding.
Seals the union between Christiana Pini and Tekin Bigban 1,
It was a moment of fulfillment for the couple, whereas for the guests at the occasion, it was shocking to see true love conquer. Mr. Tekimbi, the groom, who is an artisan, was not born paralyzed. His trouble began 11 months ago when he was electrocuted and fell from a pole at welfare quarters in Makudi. Even though the couple have been living together for years and are blessed with 3 boys, they wanted their union to be sealed formally.
I the hair community for here, so I clamp so that shocked me, so throw me where I fall. So then say west, so I know the fee start. I go hospital, they say make I bring 1.5, they go do it for me.
I want him to help my husband to that treatment.
Some of the couple's neighbors spoke about the person of Mr. Gbanwan.
When this incident happened too, I used to sometimes come to the house to greet him and the family and go away.
It was so devastating and so sympathetic. If you look at it, he was a very strong man that took care of his family very well.
Mr. Tekimbi Gbanwan, who can neither sit nor walk, was diagnosed at the Federal Medical Center Makudi and reported to have multiple fractures that affected his spinal cord. This can be corrected via surgery for a sum of 1.5 million naira. NTA crew visited the family to see how they are faring after the event. We are informed that Mr. Tekimbi has been taken to an undisclosed hospital in Abuja for treatment, courtesy of an anonymous donor. The family, however, have this to say.
My problem is that I don't have money to feed my children with school fees.
As my father is not around, I want people to help us.
It will surely end in praises and more good news. We'll take a break now, very important. We'll be back. Welcome back. Life is a gift from God. So when a soul returns to its maker, particularly after an earthly sojourn which has produced great-grandchildren, it is only proper to show gratitude to the giver of life. This is the case of the family of late Kate Oladuni Evadeba, who have been celebrating what they have described as a life lived to the fullest before she bowed out at 90. Agatha Egwarejo brings details of the ceremonies for the final homeward journey attended by dignitaries, including former Ondo State Governor Olusegun Mimiko.
Her remains are here in this church where she worshipped for many years, opening her hearts and hands to the poor and needy and looking after priests. Her charity works earned her the nickname Mother Teresa of St. Joseph Catholic Church, First Secular Road, Benin City. Little wonder the funeral mass was well attended by priests, parishioners and guests who came to pay their last respects.
See what I'm wearing today? It is my ordination chasuble. I'll be 20 years old in priest this July. Mama was part of the making of this chasuble.
For the church, death ends life, but not a relationship, and Mama will always be in their hearts.
Your mother died believing in Jesus Christ. She will also rise with me and be with me in paradise.
The Society of Jesus, took over the leadership of St. Joseph Parish, has benefited immensely from her generosity.
The commendation prayers over, the remains moved to her home a short distance from the church where she was buried.
Mama lived a very good life, left very good children. God honored her, blessed her with good old age.
In a beautifully decorated arena in the church premises, guests were treated to a variety of dishes, cold drinks, and good music.
I was there when she died. I spent the last 8 days of her life with her. So she lives in my heart. I'm not mourning. I'm giving glory to the Almighty God.
My late husband was her only son. Very, very intelligent, very smart, very accommodating.
She would rather deprive herself. She was very selfless. She gave up everything. And I bless God that she lived to a ripe old age.
We remember her as someone who taught us how to love, who taught us that love was not just something we say, but something we do.
Late Mrs. Kate Oladuni Igariba, a mother of 11 great-grandchildren, was a trained teacher who taught in the Sacred Heart Convent in Idikon, Ibadan. In 1987, she lost her husband, Samuel Usa Igariba, but sustained her family in unity for over 35 years.
Madam Igariba was actually 99 years. May her dear soul rest in peace. This is where we'll end Newsline today. Thank you for being a part of it. Join us Sunday again for another edition. Good night and God bless Nigeria.